Have you ever met someone that you were so in love with and you want to fit in everything that they do? And I believe I met someone, lady, and that's why I want to fit with you. That's why I'm going to get in with you, babe. Get in where you fit in, baby. I want to fit right there with you. Get in where you fit in, baby. I want to fit right there with you. You're such a sophisticated lady with your dressing, smiling face, and positive professional attitude. That's what you carry with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's midday, and along the way, choose Voice for Veterans on Radio St. Pete. Online, it's time for information, some education, more entertainment, and conversation. We make it Fun in the Sun radio at your home, office, or on the run. Explore services that help veterans survive.
Yeah, we're here right now to help veterans. Today happens to be a special day. It is November 10th. Now, we know that this is Veterans Weekend. Anywhere on the planet, maybe on Mars and on the moon, because we don't know what the rockets have done. They got some secret stuff going on. We're happy to be here. We want to say thank you to Atlantis University. We got Juan and Raphael. We got two veterans that are going to open the show today. This day is dedicated to the Marine Corps. Now, I come from Army. My daddy was Army Air Corps. I got a bunch of Air Force in the family. But I have an artist coming in a few minutes. Morris Roberts. He is a Marine first. But he's also an accomplished artist. So we're going to enjoy this day. We're going to make sure that everything is okay. And before I go any further, I want to say hello to Juan. Juan, be sure you mention the president's name, and we both together are going to take a moment of silence for our boy, Waddell McGee. Just a moment.
At this time, I think it's important to introduce Waddell. He was supposed to be here with us today. Waddell McGee is a veteran Army, more than 20 years of service, who has done a tremendous amount of work for our veteran community. Unfortunately, he's not feeling well. He's not here with us today, so we want to give him a prayer for him and his family, and we'll continue with the program.
All right, we got prayers going out to Waddell McGee, and I have to tell you all truthfully, I was doing Caribbean radio, and I went outside someplace in Opelika and stood in a parking lot of a restaurant, and he hired me to do Veterans Radio. Many years I've been doing it. That's the man who started me in Veterans Radio. I'd been doing radio, but this is for the Marines, and I got another Marine beside Juan sitting up here beside him, and I'm going to give him thumbs up.
Good morning. To all those Marines out there, I would like to say, simplify and happy birthday, and I salute you for your service.
Did you hear that from the top of the world? Raphael, thank you. We're going to listen to a little music as I move to the next segment. Here we go. Uh-oh.
Simplify.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever met
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Simplify.
You see the poster on the side, but I got the man in the house. Morris Roberts. We know him. He's a blues singer. He's a pop singer. He's a singing singer when he wants to. But first, he was a Marine. Thank you for being here. He's also my son's godfather, so I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm covered. Thank you, Morris. Talk to him. Tell him a little bit about who you are and why you do it.
My name is Morris Roberts.
Yes, sir.
I was drafted August 18th, 1970. I never will forget that day. I said, give me the one that have the longest boot camp. So they said Marines. So I went to Paris and I stood on I stood on those yellow footprints.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do it professionally.
Yeah, there you go. Now, here we're going right now. Start all over. Tell them again.
My name is Morris Roberts. I got drafted into the military August 18, 1970. So when I got down to the induction center in Newark, New Jersey, I asked which one had the longest boot camp. So I said Marines, because a lot of my friends was coming back home dead in plastic bag from Army or whatever. So that was the greatest decision I ever made in my life, to join the Marine Corps. And when I went in, I was a little teeny bopper, but when I came out, I was a Marine.
Yeah.
And so once a Marine, always a Marine. We're never afraid. Happy birthday to all Marines. We're 248 years old today.
Amen.
The Marine Corps was founded in 1775.
Talk to 'em.
November 10th, 1775. Okay?
There you go. Now you guys know this is a real deal. This is Atlantis University, an international university housed right here in Miami, on its way to change the way America thinks. Because it's a different language, it's a different way. Juan, talk to them a little bit about the university.
First of all, I'd like to thank our president, Dr. Palacios, which enabled us to have access to all this information, and also at the same time, having the opportunity to be the vice president of the university placed me in a role where I can actually help our community, especially our veterans community. And Atlantis University specializes in different types of education, primarily business, health, education, information technology, and these are the fields that our veterans need to be able to go out there so they can be hired and get some excellent jobs and also careers, because Marines get out of the service as well as all the service. Because today we're talking about not just the Marines because it's our birthday, but at the same time we're talking about all our veterans for all the Department of Defense, all the sister branches. And so with that, I want to share a story with you that is really important. As I was driving to work this morning, one of my best friends, also a fellow Marine, we served together for many years, called me to wish me a happy birthday, and it was a touch. I mean, beautiful conversation, brought back a lot of memories. So Harry Haitian, I want to wish you a happy birthday, and also say hello for me to Christy. We love her. I want to thank my family for always being in there, my wife, as well as my children, Juan Pablo, Jessica, Paula. They've always been there for me. So
give your wife's name. Don't leave her name out.
Absolutely not. Maida, thank you for all the service that you've done.
Thank you for putting up with him, Maida.
So because we always talk about the military, and sometimes we forgot, the people behind us.
That's right.
Which are our families. And they go through tremendous stress while we served. They're the ones who keep our homes together. And so I want to thank all of our families.
Yes.
Your family, my family, all of our families, because they're there for us. So this is not just for us per se, but also for all our families that always stand by, and they're there for us. Also, the Atlantis University family, which stands and help us too. So we always want to recognize the entities that are always behind the military and always help us. And we do a lot of work, as you know, for our community, and we're there for them.
Outside the university, there's a lot of things being done by Atlantis University to keep the dream alive, to keep things working. This is a school that embraced veterans,
and that's a beautiful thing, because once you finish your tour of duty, you want to start another career. You just don't want to sit down like me. I'm an old dude, but I don't sit down.
No. So
I was in the Marines, and I served my country for 4 decades, and I retired from the Army.
Yes.
This is a good story, Ryan. I want you to remember this one. When the first Desert Storm, Desert Shield came on, I was in New Jersey, and I saw my fellow Marines on TV, and I got goosebumps. I wanted to go join my comrades. So I went to the nearest Marine Corps base, Red Bank, New Jersey, and sat down with the colonel. And the colonel said, "Okay, Marine, I'm happy that you're coming. I'm standing at parade rest, ready to go back into the Marine Corps." He said, "Marine, I got some good news for you and some bad news for you." I said, "What's that, Colonel?" He says, "You're too old to come back in the Marine Corps. But you can go to the Army." And tears start running down my face. And I said to the Colonel, I snapped to attention and said, "Sir, I can't go to the Army. They don't do what they told to do when they told to do it, sir. He said, go on over there, Marine. You'll meet some good soldiers. And I retired March the 1st, 2014 from the Army. God. Shout out to all my Army veterans and soldiers that I served with, and also Marines, because this is the greatest country in the world. We're here doing a TV show now. Our children, our family is safe because somebody's watching our border. So I challenge all you young Americans, when you turn 18, the draft no longer exists. Go volunteer. Go for the Marine Corps.
You heard him.
If you like to run,
heard him.
You like challenges?
You heard him.
Be a Marine.
You heard him. We know one thing that the Marines
I love the Army too, so.
We love the Army. Yeah. I was raised on an Army base. We love the Army. We love the Air Force. My daddy was serving airmen. We love that. But in this day and time, we need more Marines.
Always.
So you all know it right now. You're hearing it right here from Atlantis University. Keith, the boss of the beach. I want to thank you guys because Morris Roberts is here.
Marvelous Morris now, man. Get in where you fit in.
That's him singing.
That's my second career, a third career.
Third career. Because you used to be on the train. That's why I ride Amtrak today, called him. Messed me up. I was a flying guy. And he said, Keith, you better get on the train. Boy, I didn't know the airports were going to be so bad. I'm glad I'm riding the train now. Okay? We want to thank everybody for listening. We're going to take a quick break here. I do have a couple of other guests that I'm going to invite in. And we do have a Zoom coming. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, I want to say hello to all my friends in Atlanta, everywhere, and all my Facebook family friends. Hey,
in New Jersey.
In New Jersey, too. I got family in Jersey, Miami. I got family here.
Hey. And you got them here. You here. Okay?
No, you're here.
Like meeting all your family members.
You're welcome, man. Nice. Very nice.
Family reunion or two. Going shopping. Maybe taking in a movie or two. Holding hands when we're walking in the park. Watching the birds like most lovers do. Get in. Where you fit in, baby. I wanna fit right there with you. Get in, where you fit in, baby. I wanna fit right there with you. Well, such a feeling, being right here next to you.
You know, there's one thing that we can do when we're listening to music, and that's take a moment and ponder the sound. Marines know that. They used to be in the jungle or down in the woods, and they'd have to listen. So if your daddy's a Marine, believe me, he's listening. That's the truth. There's a difference between Army and Navy and Marines, and that there are differences.
Definitely.
Talk to them.
Well, for one thing, let's remember that all of our service members from all the armed forces are being honored today. You know,
and tomorrow.
Sailors, airmen, Marines, soldiers, and
This
also the
is
Coast Guard.
Veterans
We
Weekend.
cannot forget our coasties. So they're part of the armed forces too. So we want to make sure that we honor all of them, to let them know that we're here to support them and that the work that we do is for them.
We also going to add one other department. It's brand new, but I happen to have a little lady that I met on a Greyhound bus, the commander. And we're going to say hello to the Space Force. They have their own insignias now. It's no longer just the Coast Guard hanging on the end. We got the Space Force. So we thank them today, too. They're new. They're young. They have another life that they're going to bring to our table. So we're thanking the Space Force and especially the Coast Guard. Now I got another guest right now. He's an old camera guy. I'm surprised he ain't lugging it around with him.
It's out there.
It's out there, okay. His wife is really his camera, okay? Neville Shorter, thank you for coming, man. Thank you. Because we believe in a new program called We Support Vets Too. In the next year, we're going to establish We Support Vets Too. We know that people are going to say, thank you for your service, but that's getting old. Now it's time to say, we support vets too. Neville Shorter, talk to him.
It's a pleasure being here. Finally get a chance to be on your show. Real quick, I'm 24 years in the military Army, and I have to go back in time because In 1968, I couldn't find a job. Finished college first. I was hot for the draft, so I said, let me go volunteer. So I went down to the local board.
Yes.
Told the lady I want to volunteer. She said, what's your last name? I said, Shorter. She said, Shorter? Wait a minute. So she goes in the back room, comes out, and says, you're going to be drafted in 2 weeks. So you want to stay here and volunteer for 3 years or be drafted? I said, well, I'm already here, so I'll volunteer. And I was a combat medic, basic training, and the recruiters came looking for medics. One was 82nd Airborne, 101st, Green Beret Special Forces, and some of the others, but guess which one I chose? Green Beret Special Forces. 24 years
Top of the class at that time.
Top of the class. And instead of going to Vietnam, I wound up going to a place called Key West, Florida.
See?
And I wound up as a
Hard
instructor. Hard duty underwater operations.
Oh, man, underwater.
Specialist. I could hold my breath for 2 minutes.
Thank you.
At that time.
At that time.
I'm good for 30 seconds now.
28. Don't try to do the 30. 28.
28 seconds. Right. But anyway, Special Forces was my dream, my life. If I had to do it all over again, I'd join Special Forces again because they have a lot of things to offer. 5 different specialties. I specialized in 3 of them: medical, operation intelligence, communication I did not like, engineering I did not like, and weaponry communication. Anyway, so that was good. So in 2006, I did go to Afghanistan, which is another story.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, combat. Got to get the combat in.
Yes.
But anyway, I retired in 2006. Okay, 2006, I went to check on my disabilities, and I met a gentleman from the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and he said, "Hey, Neville, look, you got a medical background. You want to come work with us?" I'm thinking, as a service officer? I'm like, sure. He said, it's a national service officer, not your regular service officer. I said, sure. So I went, trained with them for 9 months.
Okay.
The first week I was there, I was in a class with the gentleman that was just here, Raphael Richardson. He was in my class.
Okay, family.
And I told him, I said, hey, I'm training to go down to Miami. He said, well, I work in Miami. And ironically, 9 months later, I went to Miami, got my office right next to his.
There you go.
And we've been friends ever since. But the important thing is that I learned how to handle veterans who have problems with getting their disabilities.
Okay.
Because in so many words, the VA is not going to knock on your door and say, you got a disability check coming. You have to go out and earn it from them. Basically, look at it this way.
You just answered it. You have to go earn it.
Got to go earn it. And
they're going to give you a whole bunch of phone calls.
Right.
They're going to give you a whole bunch of paperwork to do. They're going to give you a whole bunch of late times. They'll give you a whole bunch of stuff. But guess what? You earned it.
You earned it. And because they're going to turn you down. And when they turn you down,
they want you to earn it.
They want you to get disappointed. They don't do it. But anyway, so I did.
No, they want you to earn it.
Oh, yeah, right.
The truth. That's the truth.
And it's your money.
It's your money.
It's your money. You're like, no, don't do that. I would say you would never hear on TV an ad from something like this.
No.
Hey, if you was in the military and you served 2 years or 3 years on active duty, blah, blah, this and that, call this 800 number. I have a check waiting for you for your disabilities. No.
We're going to raise $1 billion and we're going to do that one day.
No, you would never see that.
No, we are going to see that. What you just said, we're going to see.
Because
there's a new generation of kids who are going to be veterans.
Right.
What you just said is the answer for them. It wasn't the answer for us.
Right.
But we're getting ready to get ready so we can do that.
Expose
you just gave the
right.
world a mandate.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you.
So, not a problem. So, I enjoy doing that. And so, I retired.
Okay.
And I put, 8 years, right? 10 years or so. Anyway, when I finally not retired, but just stopped working full-time for anybody. Right now, I'm a freelance photographer, and I'm a freelance service officer.
Would you please tell them about what you were just blessed with?
Oh,
tell them.
Yes. Okay. Last month, I was just blessed with a doctorate degree in Christian counseling. My background working with veterans, counseling them all the time. Then someone says, well, who told you to go do the Christian counseling? Well, myself, God said, hey, you need to be a counselor.
Thank you.
And I'm good at
give him credit for what he does.
I'm giving counselors,
Absolutely.
so that's what I'm doing now. So in addition to my counseling veterans for their benefit, I can also throw in the Christian part of it to help whoever needs the counseling. It's not
Okay, now
limited.
we're going to go ahead and do a little business. Tell them how to reach you if they need to reach you.
Okay, you can call me at 321-246-7846, or my email is S and my last name Shorter, so sshorter464@gmail.com.
You know how to reach him. If you know somebody who may be having any kind of a problem, please give this man a call, because we got a number we're going to give you right now. It's called 1-800-273-8255. And you know what that is, Veterans Crisis Line. I never do a show that I don't mention that number.
Yes.
Because believe me, there are more veterans doing good than are doing bad. But our job is to take care of the ones who are doing bad, no matter what.
Exactly.
What impressed me with Waddell, when I first met him, he's an executive driving a Jag, living in Miami, got a house with a pool. And I met him the first time, and the next day, I watched him go under the bridge with plates of food that he had collected from restaurants that he knew. That's a veteran taking care of a veteran. So we're going to say now, we support vets too.
Oh, yeah.
Neville Shorty, y'all heard it first from him right here.
Okay, and I too know Waddell. I met him through you.
I
as
know
well.
you do. Yes, I met you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, we're going to keep the connection together.
Well, we appreciate
Thank
it.
you for coming down here.
You're welcome.
There's a lawyer or somebody. Where's your girl at? Where's she at? Where's she go?
She's out there. You want to talk to her?
Would you let her come say hello?
Sure.
All these men talking. We need a woman up in here.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the boss of the beach, and I have a special guest. I met her years ago, and we stood in the hallway and just took a moment of silence because we knew each other's face. We knew each other's time. So I want to say thank you for bringing him. She brought Neville. Come here.
Come on in.
Come on in. Somebody said, what do women do in a room full of men? I know the answer. I'm going to pass the answer out. Men's not supposed to tell this stuff, but they brighten up your life.
There you go.
There you go. So brighten up our life. Talk to us a little bit.
Well, one of the things that I like to do is, in order to honor and to show my gratitude and my servitude to the veterans, is volunteering at the veterans hospitals through the years. And the one thing that I know, and I was trained through hospice, is a smile can brighten someone's day. So always smile and just do that. And I love to see how gracious they are just for a smile. And they say, thank you for smiling at us.
Yes.
And thank you for your service, because I'm just there to honor and serve. And they are grateful and so humble.
Yes.
The level of humility of veterans when they enter a hospital and a medical center, it's amazing. Something that we don't encounter often in the outside world among civilians.
You're correct.
And that just allows me to continue serving and trying to do what I like to do, just brighten someone's day.
The answer to that is what she loves to do, not just like. She likes it, but in her heart she loves it. She's been here doing it for years. She's in and out of the Veterans Hospital. She sees veterans outside, and she'll talk to them because she knows that her secret is to bring a smile. Juan, boy, we doing this again.
As soon as possible.
We doing this again.
Yes.
We need
as
to
soon
make
as
this a
possible.
regular run.
And I like to say something about the services you provide to us veterans, especially, you mentioned lucky veterans like myself.
Yes.
Who left the Marine Corps after 20 years without a scratch. But I know so many, they haven't been that lucky, and that they have suffered. And to go into a hospital and meet someone like you with a smile on their face, willing to help it brighten up their lives. It makes a huge difference. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the work that you do for our veterans, because I know you do a lot of work for them, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now tell us one of your stories so that we get a story out of you.
Well, there was a veteran, he was a photographer, and he had a great passion for photography. And he introduced me into the jazz music of Nancy Wilson.
Oh, Nancy.
That was a journey. So I didn't mind pushing his wheelchair and going around and reading with him and doing things. you can do different things because each person is different. Everyone is their own encyclopedia if we can just listen to them. And they will introduce us into their world. And that is an amazing journey that I keep getting every
If
time
you're
I
a
go.
young person in school or getting ready to go to school and you want to grow, listen to what she said. You have to give it back. Fast as you get it, give it back. When you learn your arithmetic, give it back. Go use it. Thank you for what you just said. I think that a lot of people who may hear this whole show will resonate to what you just said.
We have a duty.
We have a duty.
We have a duty, and that is to make sure that we share, in so many different ways, not just our experiences,
Yes, sir.
but also
Yes, sir.
our knowledge, to
Yes,
be
sir.
able to counsel our fellow members in the service, to provide a service to them. So that's, to me, and I think Waddell is the same. You're mentioning
Yes.
how long you know Waddell. Waddell
Yes.
and I would be working together for more than 10 to 12 years.
Yes.
And that's what he does. He gives back to the community, and I have seen him out there hurting in pain, and he goes out there and he serves the military
Faithfully.
community no matter what.
Faithfully, no matter what.
Absolutely.
Faithfully.
So thank you so much.
And it's those people who are taking care of the veterans. Because believe y'all me, I hate to tell everybody, 90-some% of veterans are doing okay. It's that 10% that we have to take care of. 8%, it may not be 10, because they're dying every day. We have to stop the suicides. That's our mandate. It's not something that we want to live with. Suicides of veterans. And it's a problem right now. We're losing anywhere from 15 to 17 a day. And there are several organizations who are getting ready to turn themselves into let's stop this. And we thank Atlantis University because you have kids there. You have veterans here who are watching the good stuff. Some veterans are still seeing it bad. So we have to show them that there is good stuff. One of them is the Veterans Health Network. Google it. Find it. Veterans Health Network. And they're spending their time working hard on making the process work so that we look up a year, 2 years from now, and we're only losing 0.some%. Because a veteran doesn't have to kill himself. He can go back out
Absolutely.
there in the war and they can shoot him. He ain't got to kill himself. He can go out and let somebody shoot him. He's a warrior. We love him. We love him. We love her. And the problem we got nowadays is we got to step up. The best Marines are becoming to be women.
Absolutely.
And I did the Super Bowl and I got my Buffalo Soldier shirt on, okay? And the guy put a band on my arm, which I still wear, it's under this coat. And the people who did it, the major, and she was a good looking woman too, I'd be honest with you, I was smiling and doing everything I could. And she was being nice to me. And she said, I like you. I said, okay. I said, how many boys you got? She said, 3, and they all bigger than me. I said, well, I ain't gonna hit on you. Later on, the people kept going to her. She was a major. She wasn't a grunt Marine. She wasn't one of and she was just as regular as everybody. I learned to respect that then. The women have made their place, and we have to respect it. And they're saving us anyway. We'd be tired of fussing with a fool in the yard. We got somebody to say, stop. Don't worry about that. We got you. So we want to thank you. Any women who out there as Marines, we double thank you. We get triple thank. The double wasn't enough. Thank you so much. Y'all take a minute. I'm going to take a quick break here, get a little music, and we'll be right back with something very, very, very special. Coming right back.
Inside your heart is so warm. You think that you're living right, but they don't know, Lord, that you're living right. So open up your heart and let's give him that real beginning. Inside my heart is so warm.
Let me know. Yeah, we were just talking about the city of Chicago. I have Ed Maldonado right here with us. He's an attorney. He's helping us all the way in a new industry. It's old-fashioned, but it's new. He is an FCC attorney. He's also entertainment attorney. But we're going to talk about veterans who are doing this. Or Annabelle. What is my partner's name sitting there? The radio guy.
Anival.
Not
Angel.
Annabelle. The other
Angel.
Angel and Annabelle are actually doing this. These are engineers. These are young people who've embraced this industry, and we want them to show all the veterans that there's an industry out here waiting for you guys. All of you guys in communication, take that knowledge and come on back and let us help you make it something. Ed Maldonado, thank you.
Well, first of all, Keith, thank you for bringing me on and having me over. I'm more than happy to talk about what I know.
Yes.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of opportunities. If coming from the military, you learn certain skill sets and communications. Those are universal. All right. I also work in telecommunications. I work in the radio broadcasting.
Yes.
I work with themes that are around the internet and e-commerce.
Yes,
All
sir.
of those skill sets and networking and understanding how to operate communication systems are vital, because the reality is the internet floats on the communication systems. So we forget that sometimes.
I know.
So those
I know.
basic radio skills that you may get in the military,
Yes.
those basic networking skills and system administration, whether it be on a ship or on a base or in the field, all of that can come into play in the private sector after you leave the service. And a lot of times it's those guys that have the practical knowledge that make the difference in companies and ventures. So absolutely, it's something that's important for young people today too.
Yes.
What we have is something that they've been talking about for a while. It's called convergence. It's when voice, data, and video all converge into the same lines. So that's given us the internet that we know today. And,
Well, it's already happened.
it's already happened, but it's being...
But it's going to be way bigger and different than we know it today.
I think it's changed a lot because of the pandemic. And
Okay.
I have to say that because there was a progression.
Yes.
The pandemic forced us to jump. We had to do things remote. We had to learn to be able to use, make distance no distance.
Yes.
And I think that was one of the key things. I have clients that their operations are in Latin America, but their business is done here. They have different NOCs and call centers and broadcast facilities all over, but everything is piped through the internet. So understanding and having those basic skills on the internet, converting those into the real world, very important right now.
Well, you heard it first, Ed Maldonado. He's a great attorney. We're hoping to put a radio station here at the school somewhere along the way, their own station. It doesn't have to be big anymore because the internet carries the broadcast anyway, but it gives them a chance to do some stuff that they're not doing. And we want those kids to get it. In fact, to be honest with you, if you're military and you get out and you're not a kid anymore, still Atlantis University, Miami. Come home. Juan, tell us what they need to do.
The first thing will be for them to reach out to us. We have specialized members that work with the military. So
Okay.
we have people assigned to work with them.
Okay.
I'm a part of it. I welcome every single military veteran into our school personally, and I am sure that they received the treatment and the service that they deserved. And we have a very dedicated team to do that. But the process is relatively simple.
Okay.
What they need to do is to reach out to us. We do an interview with each one of the people or veterans that apply to the school, and they will walk you through the process, through the verification, to the application process, and definitely you will be welcome. Obviously, we're nationally accredited, and you can use all your military benefits with us, and we'll make sure that we protect those so that you get what you deserve and what you're paying for while you're with us. And let's also cover the part that we don't want you to just come here and graduate. We want you to make sure that once you graduate, you are having opportunities for employment. We'll assist you with that too.
And don't forget to go back to the community.
Absolutely.
Once you get your
that's
degree,
part of what we do.
look for something to go back to the community first. You'll get there because you've been educated. Ed, talk to them a little bit about why you do what you do.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I know the story. That's the one that tell part of it.
I would like to say that it was all planned out, but I fell into it. What had happened is that my training in law school is actually in international and comparative law. I hold a certificate in that.
Okay.
And I came to Miami from Chicago, hoping for, big hopes and dreams about getting that international law job right on Brickell.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in the mid-'90s, that opportunity did not present itself. And I had begun working for various firms in Miami, but I was unhappy. And one of my friends said, hey, you know a lot about technology, because I went to Illinois Institute of Technology's law school.
Okay, I know where it is.
And he says, I have all of these clients that I sell telecommunications equipment to. They all need FCC licenses. Why don't you do that? So I investigated, and I researched it, and I started doing it, and I worked out of the back of my car. I left a firm, worked out of the back of my car, went client to client, and started doing that, and went from there. If I told you I had a great plan of all of this happening, that would be a lie. But as I learned, it's really like an apprenticeship. Whether you practice law or you're working in a tech field or in the business community, it's like an apprenticeship. You start to learn, you get the basic skills, you get out there, and then you spend some years working on different things. And sometimes you get certified in something here or there, and it builds your knowledge base. Now, when I came out, I did have some computer science experience from college, but that's when we called it computer science.
Yes, right. That's exactly right. That's antiquated anyway.
And I did do work for the state of Illinois at one point in time with systems and networks. But the technology had jumped. So in understanding the legal themes, I had to talk to engineers. I had to talk to people that were tech people, and I had to learn the lingo, so to speak, and learn what it's about. Now, had I had that beforehand, it would have made me move along a lot faster. But I learned it, kind of like the enlisted man's method.
On the job training.
On the job training.
On the job training.
And then it just expanded from there because of this thing that I'm talking about, convergence. I started from the voice side, and then I got into the broadcasting side and then the internet side, because they all follow the same rail tracks.
Well, unfortunately, I recognize now what the word is. I never knew it before you just said it. I've been doing conversion for about 15 years and didn't know what it was. I was just doing it. Now they got me thinking I'm doing a podcast. This is radio on steroids. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been here. You heard Ed Maldonado tell you this is an adventure. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in to this, especially Annabelle and Angel. And that girl back there, whoever she is. We were supposed to have Muhammad Ali's wife on this program. She is on a plane. She's going to call in. So we're going to edit when she calls in with a Zoom. We're going to edit this and put it in anyway. But we thank his wife for what she's doing. I'm getting some of her books. Every guest will get one of her books. We're going to leave one here with you, on us, okay? So that we can remember that the battle is still being fought.
Every day. And our young men and women are abroad serving in hazardous places to protect us. And when they come home, we need to take care of them too. We need to take care of them. That's what this is about. All of the veterans that have gone, that have served before us, the ones that serve with us, and our future service members that are coming in, we have a duty to continue to serve, to work with them, to provide whatever assistance we can to enhance their life, to make their life a little better.
Well, you heard Juan. This is the end of this program. We'll be coming back and doing it again. I want to say a special thanks to Ozone Gold, who are releasing that record that you're listening to, and the music that you have is all stuff I've written years ago. We're bringing it back, and I do have some new stuff. And it's from a little group out of the Caribbean. It's called It's All Good. And they do the theme song for my Saturday radio shows. So we're going to go out with this one. I want to thank all my guests for coming. And we're especially going to say hello to Waddell. We got your back, buddy. You ain't got to worry about it. We got your back.
See you soon.
See you soon. Over and out with a shout. Keep the boss of the beach.
It's for my good. Whatever that does.
the way. Choose Voice for Veterans on Radio St. Pete. Online, it's time for information, some education, more entertainment, and conversation. We make it fun in the sun radio at your home, office, or on the run. Explore services that help veterans survive and keep your interests alive. It's Keep the Boss of the Beach now within your reach. On Radio St. Pete Online, it's Voice for Vets. We're at your service and doing fine.